Hey everyone, happy Halloween. It's Faye, and I wanted to read a spooky excerpt from my book, 25 Addresses. This was in 2003, 21 years ago, in St. Augustine, Florida, which is the oldest city in the U.S. This was on Douglas Avenue, and let's get started. I saw a ghost sitting outside your house. He stood inside the front door of my apartment. It was a clear, late fall evening. The air was crisp at this time in November, one of the only times the air in Florida can be described as crisp. He pointed his thumb behind him nonchalantly as he announced the presence of a spirit sitting outside the house. The house I currently lived in was actually the top half of a house that had been split into a duplex. It was an old house from the 1920s that I had moved into with my friend. My friend had a dog whose name I cannot remember. Sassy, Snazzy, Jazzy, Barbara? A little Shih Tzu who was extremely sweet, but also very talkative. I had noticed that she would occasionally bark at nothing, her pudgy little nose turned upwards, barking incessantly as if to speak with the ceiling about its car's extended warranty. So when he mentioned seeing a ghost outside, I felt a deep chill combined with a smidge of excitement. A real ghost at my place? This will surely go in my book one day. I stared at him with wide eyes and he shrugged. He was just sitting out there in that chair by the front door. I immediately wondered if a ghost needed a chair. Wouldn't they just slip through it? If they wanted to sit, couldn't they just float? Maybe that's what he'd been doing, floating just above the chair to make it look like he was actually sitting. But why would a ghost care if we thought he was sitting instead of floating? It's not like he needed to take a load off. He had no gravity to pull him down. These were questions I found myself pondering. The chair sat downstairs from the door that acted as our front door. As he continued into the living room, dropping his bag by the couch. He had just dropped a spectral bomb and was acting as if he had just said he'd had chicken for dinner. So, this ghost, I trailed off. What should I ask about the ghost? He looked over at me with his innocent brown eyes. It's a he, you said? I don't know if ghosts actually have genders, and I wondered if I should ask the apparition of its preferred pronouns. Yeah, he looked like a guy, just sitting there. Seemed friendly enough. He shrugged again and took a swig from his giant World Gym shake cup. This was my boyfriend. He intrigued me because he practiced Wicca, but he was also a clean-cut gym rat. He walked into the bedroom and pulled off his sweaty NYPD tee with the sleeves cut off, exposing a thin leather choker around his neck with a silver pentacle hanging right in the notch between his collarbones. My eyes scrolled downward across his perfectly chiseled six-pack, and thoughts of the old man ghost began to slip. I shook my head to dislodge his sweaty abs from my mind. So the ghost is cool, like he's not going to hurt us? I really needed to know if I should be looking at my nearest Venkman or if I could relax and shift my focus onto the half-naked guy in front of me. I also wanted to act cool about the ghost, though my brain was demanding that I jump around, ask a million questions, and demand a seance. He's cool. He's not going to hurt you. Most spirits aren't going to hurt you. He moved toward me and pulled me into a hug. I relaxed and kissed him, but my thoughts still lingered on the ghost outside my house. And that's just a little part of a chapter. If you want to hear more, it's on Amazon. Please go pick it up.